All right, hi everyone.
Hello.
It is Sunday, July 2nd.
No, August.
August 2nd. All the months are the same.
It's March-tober 2nd.
Welcome to episode, I'm pretty sure I got this one right. I think we're on 15 of beer explaining. We've been doing one a week since quarantine started.
Not quite since it started, because that would be like 19 weeks.
Oh, I started pretty early on.
You did it a couple before me. Without me, just by yourselves, and then after about a month of quarantine, we're like, okay, all the time.
Today's beer explaining is the first beer explaining without wife help, actually.
That's right.
We're all by ourselves. Our wives abandoned us because they're mean.
Something about, birthdays and brunch and whatever.
They just wanted food.
Also, they're mean. Luckily, my lovely daughter, Callie, has helped us out a little bit today. Today, we're doing a blind beer tasting, but because Callie is underage, she can't pour, so she's mixed these beers up for us.
I've poured before.
Beer number... Don't say that. Jeez. So we have beer number
I'm not
one.
gonna say anything.
Beer number one. Beer number one.
Beer number two.
Beer number two.
You can see how fancy we did. Beer number three. And wait for it. Beer number...
Four.
Five.
Four. All right, now, full disclosure, I know what these four beers are.
Yes.
I think. There's CaliCraft, located in Walnut Creek. There is Device, located in Sacramento. There is Almanac, located in Alameda.
If you don't remember.
I fucking forgot the last one. I want to say it's Alverado, but I'm pretty sure it's not because my wife yelled at me for drinking all the Alverado beers. So apparently I'm no longer allowed to drink Alverado.
Sorry, Alverado.
Alverado for you.
What the hell is the other one? It's local-ish.
We'll find out.
You know, I don't fucking remember. So
We'll find out.
I guess because we're gonna have to pour these as we go, I think it might be a better idea to just do one pour at a time.
Yep.
Than do the smell. And do you want to pour all four so we can do appearance and smell ahead of time?
Well, we should be able to actually smell while we pour. So you could start with four and I could start with one. That way we're pouring all at the same time.
Okay.
Or we can just do one at a time. It doesn't matter.
All right, we're gonna pour. We're gonna pour. So remember, if you have any questions, say something. Shane's monitoring the.
I am monitoring the vid, and they are all Hazy IPAs.
They're all Hazy IPAs. That is true. They are all from California. That's good. Okay,
that looks good.
Give me number four.
And I will pour that one. Oh, sorry. There we go. There's number one. And we will switch. Here you go. There's number one. Thank you. Callie is mildly entertained.
I'm laughing at how I mixed them up.
It was pro mixing up skills, Callie. By the way, the little stain on your thing, I thought she got a heart tattoo. I'm like,
it is a little heart.
She got
It
somebody.
is.
It actually is a little heart.
There's
tattoo.
two.
You know that mean? You know what that means, right?
There's two on my face.
But when you do it as a teardrop, doesn't that mean you killed somebody?
The teardrops are killing somebody. That actually is a little heart.
Give me your number two.
I'm pretty sure I haven't done a teardrop before. But thanks for the ideas.
You got it. That's what I'm here for. And for you. There we go. Well managed.
Okay, so I'm going to
Shane's
move
the
the
only
beers. I'm going to move my beers over here outside of the frame because I want people to be able to see the beers as they're poured here. So, slide this over. Is that in frame, Cal?
Yeah.
We are in frame.
Okay, awesome. So here are the four beers we have poured. From a straight-up appearance standpoint, personally, when I'm just looking at it, if you poured me these four beers and you were like, yo, Corey, which one of these do you want to drink first?
The one labeled number one.
No.
No. We're not going by number. We're going to drink number one first, don't get me wrong. But
we're scoring.
Scoring appearance-wise, I can tell you that looking at these appearances, my
Number
favorite-looking
four.
beer here is number two.
I thought you would because it's a little milkier. I like number three a little bit better because it's not quite as milky.
So I'm
I
going to
like
give
four 'cause
number
it's
two
clear.
a 9.
Huh?
I like four because it's clear.
Four is a little more clear. It is a little less hazy. You're right. So I'm going to give number three my 9 and number two my 8.
Yeah, I'm going to give number 3 my 8. So of 1 and 4 here, I actually like the look of 1 better. I actually
do
like
too.
a more golden color. So
I do too.
mine looks way more golden than yours too.
This doesn't even look. It does. Maybe
Like-
it's the lighting.
Like
'cause I'm
way
so
more
close to the
golden
sun.
though. Like way more golden. Oh, it is the lighting.
It's
Yeah,
lighting.
it's from the sun.
Yeah, I was looking at yours. Yours like I was like, mine
Yeah,
looks
the
like
sun's
straight
been
gold.
Because number 4 doesn't even barely look like a hazy. It looks more like an unfiltered. To me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They definitely all said they all say hazy IPA. A couple said New England hazy IPA, which I think is redundant, frankly.
Yes.
So so I'm gonna go 9.8. I'm gonna go 7 here. I'm trying to be more strict now, so I'm actually gonna go 7 and then 6 because I'm turning over a new leaf and I'm just gonna rate stuff in order sometimes.
I gave number 1 and 8 as well because I do like the golden color of it. So
Yeah, I feel like
number 4 is 7.
I feel like I'm robbing it just a little bit. That's probably a better rating. I'm gonna do it. Shane, you convinced me. I'm going 8.87. You convinced me. You
Look at
convinced me. All right, so
Now smell.
its appearance. So I smell.
The smell of
Well,
number
that's
1
good.
I did when I poured it. I'm giving that a 9. Love the smell of that one.
I'm gonna give that an 8. It's good. I think I might need a new pen. My green pen isn't pinning very
You
well.
need me to go get you a new pen?
No, I'm still pinning okay. Should be all right.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go grab
Thank
you
you
a new
for offering.
pen.
Okay, we'll get it there. It's a little more fruity than number 1. I like it. It's not quite as strong.
I think my nose is broken today, guys. Honestly,
You get the COVID?
no, I just not smell a lot. I'm sure. Well, I tasted plenty. I just ate lunch.
That's true.
I'm just not getting a ton of smell today.
I'm getting a little bit out of that. I give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.
It's got a
too.
good
It doesn't
smell, but it's just
bad.
not as aromatic as I would like it to be.
This one's. I think this is the most fragrant of the 3 so far from a pure
I
actual
can't get any
smell
smell.
wise. But
Yeah, I'm not getting much at all.
I'm just gonna give it a 7 too, though. I'm not doing very well on smell today, you guys. I'm sorry.
Let me give that one a 6. I can't smell anything.
There is a good chance that next week we will do barrel aged stouts, or we might do all Chicago beers. I'm doing a little beer trade with my friend Andrew from Chicago, and he's sending us some Chicago beers. So there's a chance we might do a blind beer tasting next week on Chicago. It all depends on timing. If we don't get Chicago, we might do barrel aged, which we've got 5 potential barrel aged options, including a 2017 Goose Island. So.
I think I have a couple in my fridge too.
Oh no, this is the most fragrant.
Oh yeah.
Not even close.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Got my nose in.
It's like grapefruit, right?
Yeah, there's some stone fruits in there too, I think. But yeah, definitely some grapefruit.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 9 because it's so fragrant, but I'm not super pleased with the smell. I'm gonna go 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8 on that one too. It is some of the smells in there I can't get away.
All right, so that's it for our appearance and our smell here. So before we start tasting, is there anything you want to talk about this week? We're supposed to beer explain something. I know that I had 2 things this week I think that were interesting to me, but I forgot what one of them was already.
Was it not having an election in November?
No, that's the one I remember. It's really hard to forget that one.
That's a hard one.
It's really hard to forget that
I'll
one.
agree with you.
That one I remember. Postponing the election, I remember. I do think that it was great that everyone basically was like, yeah, no,
That's not gonna happen.
No, you really can't do you literally can't even do it. Like there's nothing to do it. You have to the states do elections,
Right.
and then according to the Constitution, if there isn't any election, then the president just ends his term on the 21st anyway.
Anyway, yeah. I was thinking, my thought process was if they were going to try to do it, that technically, like you said, the states do it, and then the states cast their votes, through the electoral college.
Right.
And if Republican states chose not to vote, I don't think that means there's no election. I think that means you don't get to vote.
I think you still have to get to 270 to win, though.
And that would be the question: is if you still have to get to 270,
Yeah, I think
To
you probably
win?
do.
or is that a function of a number, or is it a function of a percentage of the total votes cast?
I think it's a number, but I don't know.
It might be.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know
This
either.
is the dumbest election of fucking my life.
Yes, and the worst choices. I've
I am
complained many times in the past.
Super not enthused, but
No.
I'm fucking getting out to vote. All of you should get out to vote.
Vote.
You should always vote every election.
Even if you're voting for the wrong person, at least you should vote.
I mean,
Right, Callie?
voting for the wrong person,
What?
you shouldn't vote. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You got to vote your local elections anyway. We got a school board election in Mountain House.
That's right. And a CSD election, right?
I know that at least 2 people have filed for school board so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And filed. The
Andrew.
incumbent.
Yeah.
And Stephanie Olsen. filed.
Stephanie Olsen.
Who may or may not still be watching our show. Am I not supposed to announce that?
It's public record.
I know. That's why I was
It's
like, I
not
know
like-
she filed. I know she
it's-
literally actually filed. So I think it's on public record.
It is. You can actually go to the Registrar of Voters websites to see the people who have registered.
So that's what I know so far. I can tell you that Stephanie will absolutely have my vote. She does a lot for the town, a lot for the community.
Who's the other seat up? You know?
It's actually there's 3 of them.
Oh, is it 3?
I think it's. And they want to say it's like Ann. I want to say it's Ann, David, and Matt. I think it's their seats. I'm not positive though, but I'm definitely voting for Stephanie. I love Stephanie. She does a great job. I think.
Stephanie
She's also my most religious close friend.
That is true.
Yeah, it turns out.
She's also my most lawyery friend. I have only a couple of friends I know who are lawyers, but she is one.
You're my most lawyerly friend. Yeah, that's what I hear. So anyway, that's my only real complaint this week is the election thing. I just think it's insane. It did come out the same day as people were saying it was a distraction from the GDP numbers.
Yes.
But the truth is that like I don't understand that distraction because the GDP numbers are going to be out there. It's 32% on an annualized rate. The economy did not drop 32%. Just so we're clear, that is not how the fucking number works. The actual economy in this quarter dropped about 10%.
Right.
But annualized, it comes out to 32 or something. But which most people don't get, which I think leads to a little more extra
makes it
scary.
look worse than it is. It's not like the unemployment rate. It was like the unemployment rate for this month is blah. Like, that's not how GDP works.
Right. If there's a crazier drop this week, honestly, than the GDP numbers, which everyone's gonna see, and you don't need to see the GDP numbers. Like, if you have a fucking job, you don't need to see the GDP drop to know that you're fucking unemployed and they're not going to give you extra benefits and you're fucked.
And anybody who didn't think it was going to be a record retraction just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought the number was going to be significantly higher than it ended up being because everything shut down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, the GDP numbers are sort of like they're important, but they're kind of irrelevant to like the election in a lot of ways, right? Because if you're doing good,
right,
then you're going to vote the way. But like, if you're not doing good, you're going to know that you're going to vote the way you're going to vote that way. Like, you could. Look,
I don't think the GDP numbers would have affected anyone's vote. I agree.
You could be poor as fuck, right? And like have a job still that pays the bills, and you do okay, right? You have no stock market, you've got no retirement, all that stuff, and the stock market's booming. I don't fucking know how, but it just keeps going up, right? And
that's a mystery.
And the president can tout the fact that the stock market's always going up, right? But the truth is that like, what 60% of people in America have no stock market investment at all. And you say, well, trickle down, right? If the stocks get real good, the businesses will get real good, and then the money will trickle down. Turns out that's a fucking lie, folks. Not how it works.
Hi, Jeff Bezos.
Not how it works, okay? It's probably Zuckerberg if anyone's watching. It's a space.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say. Hi, Mark.
So, yeah.
Doing? Hey, Christian.
That's a fucking lie,
Hello
all
from
right?
Canada.
It's a lie. Doesn't work that way. I used to be a convert, and it doesn't work that way.
No.
You know what happens if
I used to believe in it, too.
Yeah, you know what happens if you give companies more money? They buy back more stocks.
That's
We
right.
know that because it literally just happened.
Just happened. That is true. That is 100% true.
So,
And
we know.
I don't know. I don't quite get it, but like you said, it's the reality of the situation is I don't think it was diverting attention from anything. I think it was
I
just
think he's just crazy.
he's just yeah. You just
He just fucking has to
it's
flip
not like
whatever's on
it's
his
not
mind.
like what Herman Cain who's got people doing his Twitter. You know that was
That was an Herman
interesting
Cain
one.
died. That's probably
Herman
Herman
Cain died from the Rona.
That's the rumor, actually.
Condolences to him and his family, but they can't say for sure how he got it.
Yeah, it just happened to be 10 days after he was at a Trump rally.
That's correct. Without a mask, touting that nobody would have a mask, and pictures with people in large groups, and
Super unexpected. Unexpected.
Yeah, no, total shocker.
Yeah.
And then the schools. That was.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Schools,
understand.
Indiana school opened up, and they already had to go into quarantine.
That's correct because a couple of teachers and students got the virus. And
The Israel numbers look nuts.
Yeah. When Israel reopened schools, that didn't have any effect, did it?
I find COVID graphs to be pretty shitty, though, right? Especially for other countries, because like the scale is so low. It's like 1 to 200, and the fucking numbers like this, you're just like, the scale's to 200.
Right.
Who fucking cares?
Well, but it's
I'm just saying, I hate graphs like that. I hate that.
I get it. I just my real worry is, at least for California, like I've got the high school classmate that I know who studies all the numbers. So for all those who want to know, I took my test after a potential exposure 2.5 weeks ago. I took my test last Wednesday, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, sounds
I was
right.
told 5 to 10 days. So it's been 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks. So we were told 5 to 10 days for results. I'm on day number 12, no results. A friend of ours, his wife was told 5 days for results, and I believe they're on day 7, no results. So
yeah, this is good. But if you're an NFL player, you get a result in like a day.
That's correct. Or a baseball player.
Actually, baseball now.
Baseball too, yeah. So Christian's drinking a black IPA. We're always down with a black IPA.
Oh, respect. Love the black
It's a good
IPA.
beer.
This is
All right.
good.
Drinking number 1 here.
This is really good. It's really, really good. I do have one other politic thing, but I will wait till we taste a couple more. So we should probably taste a little
before they get too warm. I'm not a big fan of the flavor on this. What
I
is
think it's
that?
really good.
What is that? It's,
I don't know. I like it though.
I have to
I'm
find
on
out.
like 25. I think it's really good.
Well, something in that aftertaste there. I'm not really.
I don't like the aftertaste. I'm going 25, 17, 26. I just think this is really good.
It's mild for a hazy, and we're not doing doubles, so that might be.
These
part
are all
of it, too.
single
They're
IPAs.
all singles, but it's not.
Unless
I don't know. I'm going with like a 21 on taste. I'm not really digging it, and especially on the aftertaste, I'm gonna go with like a 12.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this.
Drinkability, I'm gonna go with like a 22.
We do not agree on that beer. Guess we know who's finishing that can.
That is true.
Let me total mine. 8, 16, 41, 48, 58, 84. 84. That's a good score. 84 is a high score.
72.
That's a bad score.
Yeah, it's an average score. It's a C. C minus technically, but a C.
I'm sure kids bring home a C minus. You're like, good job.
No.
Yeah, I thought not.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, beer number 2.
Although I do think my daughter did get a C in organic chemistry lab, but I'm told that's like the single worst science class that's ever been taken by anyone in history of it. I got my hopes up for this one because I really like the smell. Oh no, that was number 4. I really like the smell of number 1, and I'm disappointed.
This one's super tangy. It kind of reminds me of like one of like the Humble Sea ones where they almost overdid the fogginess, the haziness on it, which lends to like a lot more like sort of a juicy sort of tang.
Yes,
burn.
it's got, I get it's got something like not quite malty, but maybe maltodextrin-y in there.
It's like a weird burn sort of. It's kind of like drinking it doesn't taste like orange juice, but like orange juice got that citrus burn if you drink a little too much, and this has that citrusy
right
burn
up at
to
the
me.
top back of your throat
Right,
there.
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
But
It's
it's
not
still,
bad.
It's actually,
I don't think it's as good as number 1. I don't.
and I'm going to say that too. I don't think it's as good as number 1.
I'm gonna go like 21.
So I might have underscored number 1. Ugh, that's not good. I'm going to go with 20.
The aftertaste is really marginal.
11.
I'm gonna go 12. 20. I'm gonna go 20 again. 9, 16, 37, 39, 49,
Ooh.
69.
Ooh.
Oh, brutal.
66.
Oh, let's talk about pop culture.
Pop culture.
I don't know about you, but I am hyped to see the new Bill and Ted.
Joe,
Have you seen the second trailer too?
No, I haven't seen the
Oh,
second
it's so
trailer yet. I
good.
saw the first one. No,
It's so good.
I just Friday night was like, okay, I should watch one of the first couple of movies again just to.
I wish I could go to a theater like we did for like Dark Knight and do like a Bill and Ted like fucking marathon.
That would be awesome.
Like we did for whatever the last of the Dark Knight trilogies was. Right? We did that.
You did that?
You were working with me. We went to AMC. You were not in that. You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck was that with?
I don't even think I saw that at the theaters.
Well, we did a fucking trilogy. It was seriously like a 7-hour back
Yeah,
to
those
back
are long
to back. From Dark Knight. It was pretty fun, but
I'm totally stoked for that movie.
it would be great.
I'm just gonna say I'm not going to the theater to watch it, even though I would like to. I'm not going to go to the theater to watch it.
Nobody in California.
But
wanted to
I
watch it.
spent
It's supposed to
Friday night-
It's supposed to release this month, I think.
September 1st.
Oh, is that,
Yeah, well, in 4 weeks. Yeah, but I tried to watch Bill and Ted, and it's not free streaming anywhere. You gotta pay $5 for it. Okay, cool.
Now I think it's gonna do fine if it releases to home. I feel like it's one of those movies that's gonna be totally fine.
Yep.
You're gonna get all of us fucking boomers
Yep.
and our boomer ass kids who've seen Bill and Ted and like it, like Callie. Callie digs on Bill and Ted.
I don't think my kids will watch it with me. They didn't seem
What?
enthused.
They're hilarious. Callie loves them.
I think they're hysterical. I know, my children are. But that's my middle child who's a theater buff and loves plays and everything else. Doesn't like Hamilton. I wonder if it's one of those things where you wonder if becomes pop culture. I think my kids are the kind of kids who are like, oh, once it becomes popular, I don't like it anymore.
Oh, they're those people who think that because a band signed and now they're millionaires, they're sellouts.
It's
You're
possible.
You're like, no, that is why I started a band.
I'm not saying that's exactly true. It's just kind of a feeling I get.
Those people
I'm sure they'll
bug me.
tell me I'm wrong.
That always frustrates me, man. People like they're sold out. You're like, yeah, dude. That's why you have a band.
Nobody gets into a band to play $200 gigs on a Friday night.
Yeah. You get into a band because you love music and you want to make money at it.
Pretty much.
Real money.
Real money.
And you want to bang bitches or dudes, whatever.
Or both.
Whatever. My point is that there's reasons to get into a band, and selling out is pretty much the reason.
That's correct. That's yes. Like Jason New said for Metallica, did we sell out? Yes. Every show we've ever played.
Right. So like, well,
And they did. So, they make some good money. I will just for pop culture, I watched my first rap concert the other night.
oh, you were watching Lollapalooza.
I watched the Lollapalooza stream. I will say, while I love the idea of the stream, the scheduling was really wonky. Like some artists only got 2 shows. Like Pearl Jam got 2 shows, 2 songs.
Pearl Jam
got 2 songs.
Was one of them Jeremy?
No.
That's the only Pearl Jam song I know.
And Outcast, which was the show I watched, got an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm like, well,
that's a long time.
It was the full set basically.
I love Outcast.
It was an okay show. It was an okay show. I'll go with Jody and say that it didn't feel like they had quite the energy that you would have wanted, but
I'm sure they don't.
It looked like a good show. They certainly were catchy tunes, but
they got some classics.
Oh yeah, and then that was they actually were talking about that when they were playing it. They're like, okay, if anybody hasn't listened to us since I think it was '99, he said, or '06, I can't remember when they released their first album. He's like, you're not gonna know this song, and it was actually a really good song. So I enjoyed it. I'm trying to catch as much of the streaming stuff as I can.
Yeah, you're watching a ton of those.
So but it's because I like this whole year was going to be we're going to do some shows, we're going to go see plays, I was going to go see concerts.
Dude, my year was going to be so good.
I know, and here we are.
So good. Here we are drinking on TV on another Sunday.
We're the show. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. I have not been doing. I've been watching a lot of streaming, like on Twitch. I watched a lot of Magic Arena streaming, which it's really marginal because honestly, standards shit right now, and it's so historic. So really, it's not great. I've been playing Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch remastered. It's like a 2003 game they remastered PS4. It's really fun, like a old school JRPG. It's super cute. It's pretty fun though. It's a lot of level grinding, but it's fun though. I'm playing that right now. I tried the newest Batman one, the Arkham Knight. I'm like, I don't know, I just hated it. I didn't like the controls. Like the controls felt weird. Like you have to have a Batmobile around a lot. And it was fucking annoying. Like, which sucks because the first 2 in that series I really liked.
Arkham Asylum and
Arkham City, I think.
Arkham City. Yeah, I played those.
They were
a little
fucking
bit.
great.
They were fun. Yeah.
You got into them.
The combat was great.
Right, the combat was great. The combat's basically the same, except they added in the fucking tanks, and you have to roll the Batmobile around all the time. And you have to do a bunch of stupid Batmobile fucking tricks. It's so.
See, I don't like card games with a joystick. It just doesn't work for me. If I want to do a card game, I really want to wheel.
Right, that's totally reasonable.
So
I just feel like they added it, and I just didn't really like. I couldn't get into it. So that's pretty much it. I'm waiting for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's coming out this year.
Yeah, that looks. Is it? I thought it was Odyssey. I thought it was.
No, the new one. Sorry, Valhalla.
Valhalla. Yeah, that one does look good too. And I like
it's gonna be just like Odyssey, just like Origins. Honestly,
right. Well,
I could stab motherfuckers in the throat like all day long.
It is fun gameplay.
I really can. I think it's fun. Granted, it's not as cool and assassiny as the first couple. Admittedly,
the original Assassin's Creed was just.
It's fun. I put like 100 hours into Odyssey and like nearly that many into Origins. Like it's a lot of fun. I do have Last of Us Part 2 to download still, which I assume is great. The first one is definitely great.
Yes.
I have
the first one had some. First one had some blocks for me, and I couldn't quite finish it. It just had some points where I'm just like, I can't. I'm not.
There are a couple hard spots in that game.
I am not good at combos. I'm a button masher.
There are certain spots.
Admittedly, I'm a button masher. It's how I play. And you have to really get into some combos. And I'm also really not the best at stealth games. I'm much more of a
stealth definitely matters a lot.
Punch you in the face, type of game. So that might be why I like the Mortal Kombat. Although again, you got to do the combos with that too.
This beer is very different from the first 2 beers. Like very different. Like none of these beers are gonna. These beers, for all being hazy IPAs, they all taste very different so far.
But I like that. It's a really good flavor. It's mild. It's got some fruits. It's got some.
Oh yeah, it's fruit. The fruit is definitely it's like a
It doesn't have that like you talked about, like that.
It doesn't have the burn at all.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. I like the first one's taste a little better, but by like a point, honestly, not a whole lot. Oh, I was gonna say the other thing that shocked me this week politically was that Donald Trump I guess released his financial disclosures, and I guess he made like $400 million or something last year.
He did? I didn't see that.
There was some financial disclosure release. I guess Ivanka and Jared made like 200 some odd million or something. They're having the best years of their lives, monetarily.
Correlation does not prove causation, is what I'm told. But it does beg a question, doesn't it?
You know,
I do believe there is is it the emoluments clause?
the emoluments clause would apply to Trump. The ethics rules, I think, would
Right,
apply
no,
to
but I'm
emoluments.
starting with Trump. He's having the best year of his life.
Technically, the emoluments clause only matters if a foreign government is buying. Or
I guess
doing
that's true,
gifts.
huh? I guess that's true.
But him owning a hotel on its
That
own
they
does
stay
not
at.
violate the emoluments clause. What probably does violate the emoluments clause is when the Saudis buy out entire floors and don't bother staying in them. That's a little more suspect.
Yeah.
I'm less concerned about that, though, frankly, than when he has the Secret Service pay fucking room rate for all the rooms he has to rent everywhere he goes at his own properties. I find that
At his own properties.
I find that to be super frustrating. Like, I find that to be super frustrating. Like, I get it.
If not illegal, certainly questionably ethical.
You like the hotel guy. Yeah, I mean, I admit it. Like, foreign dignitaries are gonna want to stay at his hotel, right? Because at the very least, you come in with your fucking. You could say, "Yo, I'm at a Trump property." Maybe you get a little one up on the dude, right? Like, I think we all know that if you say the word Trump to Donald Trump, it's what he's gonna fucking listen to. So I get that. So I don't even hate on it. I don't even hate on the fact that like we know what's going on there. Like,
right. Well, that's other countries.
But
the
the Secret Service people having to pay like full price or even a mild discounted price to rent fucking a block of rooms at Mar-a-Lago and a block of golf carts is bullshit. Because he gets to control that.
That's correct. Well,
that's bullshit.
In
both ways, he doesn't have to go to his own properties,
right?
And he doesn't have to have that. I mean, he doesn't have to like
exactly
charge full price. You could charge him cost. I would fly this and charge him cost.
That would be more than fair. I would love to see the financials from Mar-a-Lago 4 years ago and compare them to now.
All this shit's gonna burn after smelling.
Physically burn, as in catch fire. He just means shit's gonna fall apart. He is not advocating arson. Burning an effigy is not a bad thing. I don't think it's illegal to burn something in effigy. I don't.
Maybe the next Burning Man will have a giant orange balloon instead of a stick.
Well, I like the optimism of you thinking there will be a next Burning Man. I'll just go with that. There's some optimism there.
Why? Do you think COVID's bad for Burning Man?
No. Is COVID bad for Burning Man? No.
There's winter. It's all outside.
It's all outside. Yeah. Oh Lord.
And I'm scoring this. I think it's slightly worse than the first one. I'm going to go 24.
I gave it slightly better than the first one. I gave it 78.
I'm giving it the same aftertaste, though, and I'm going to give it one less than drinkability, 15, 39.
No, wait, no. I gave it 79.
I got 81. 81.
On to number 4.
All right, is there anything else? Was there anything else happen this week that I was thinking about that was moderately entertaining? Let me think here. Did something happen that wasn't politics related? Well, there's sports. Sports are dumb. Baseball, I don't think football's going to happen.
I'm going to go. I was originally less pessimistic than you are, and with what's happened with baseball, I am now on board. Basically, I don't know if you heard too. There's the Phillies had 2 people.
I didn't hear it.
That's positive.
I don't watch baseball. Honestly.
So now there's at least 3 teams. They can't. It's not players. Excuse me, staff. So I don't know if it's clubhouse guys or whatever. But the Phillies had, and the Phillies were playing the Marlins when the Marlins had their big outbreak. So the Phillies, the Marlins, and I believe it's the Cardinals now too.
I just don't see how you do it.
Players sick.
I don't see how you do it. Football players are opting out. Like
Tons of them.
Stafford apparently is the latest big one that's on the COVID-19 list. He's opting out. A bunch of people are opting out. Fantasy drafts are going to be fucking weird because you don't know if your dude's going to like opt out for COVID or get sick and be out for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's really hard to say.
Well, or how long the season's going to be, because they're talking about playing a truncated season.
Yeah, they already cut the preseason.
Right, but they're talking about not doing 17 weeks either.
Oh yeah.
So it's
I don't know, man. I think they probably got to skip. I think they got to skip, honestly.
I think the real interesting one's going to be the basketball with
the whole bubble.
The bubble thing down in Florida and how that works. So it's been 3 days. I think basketball games started on Thursday. No reports of anything out of hand yet.
Supposedly, the basketball players are doing a good job actually staying in the bubble.
Supposedly.
But basketball is easy. You can do your entire basketball team of players is 11 people, I think.
Yeah. No, normally they have 12, but they've also, I mean, if you actually look at the videos, it's really good because they've got the benches really distant, and it's not, like if the old basketball games, you literally like crammed and sitting. There would have been 2 people in this seat at a basketball game.
Yeah.
And they've all got them distanced out. And even the reporters and stuff are all, it's really well set up. I couldn't believe they could do it because you got 22 teams out there, so they could be as many as 11 games in one day. How could you get a facility that big? But apparently, I've never been there.
Well, Disney World's huge.
Disney World is gigantic.
Yeah, Disney World.
So It works.
Yeah, the wide world of sports area is big. I did.
Yeah.
I played Magic the Gathering Nationals. It was there a couple of years. I only played it twice there. It's a big facility. It's really nice.
But I am not optimistic about the football. I have been watching some more of the fun sports. I don't know, but way back in the day when ESPN first came out, I remember, when I was a junior high schooler and I was living in Utah and we were watching ESPN late at night and we would get the Australian rules football. Did you remember watching? Did you ever watch that? Loving me some footy. Soccer's over for a while. There's no Premier League, so the only problem I've got with it is because it's Australia, it's on at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and that's the start of the game. So I might need to start taking advantage of the TiVo thing, recording.
This beer's interesting. There's a flavor at it near kind of the end. It's almost got like a perfumey sort of.
It's an herby minty
right at the end.
God, it's
you okay, bro? You okay?
It's definitely herby. It's herbaceous.
Do you want to go inside?
She's hoping you drop food for her.
I don't have any food to drop.
She really is hoping you drop.
You need some water?
She seems okay.
You okay?
Her tongue's not that far out.
All right.
Yeah, it's got an herb something going on in it that, especially as it lingers,
it's good.
Off-putting.
The flavor's good, I think.
But as it lingers,
the aftertaste
exactly.
is good.
No, I don't like the aftertaste.
It's peachy too. I think it's kind of peachy to me. But I'm not a peach fan, so that might be why I'm calling out peach.
Yeah, like the initial.
I think it's better than number 2, but it's not as good as 1 or 3. That's what I think.
And actually, it's funny. See, yeah, this taste just as it sits on the side of my tongue as the seconds pass it's not pleasant at all. The aftertaste is not good at all.
Yeah, drinkability's got to be a drop on this. It's probably about as drinkable as the second one, honestly. 7, 15, 37, 47, 67. I got two
35, 45,
260s and 280s today.
63.
Wow. All right, so we're all tasted out here. So let's go for the big girls. Anyone have any questions? Anyone asked any questions? Shane, are we good at questions? No one's asking.
No one's asked any questions.
All right, thanks for all the interactivity. Did you guys go subscribe to our YouTube channel? We only need like 995 more, and we can stream live on YouTube. And grow our audience, and eventually people will pay us to drink their beer.
Yeah,
that's a pipe dream. It's probably not really going to happen.
Yeah.
But whatever. Maybe our wives will have sex with us because we're on YouTube. Is that not how it works? We'll be famous.
I don't know. I've never been on YouTube, so
we'll be famous.
We'll have to do an update on that one.
All right, beer number 1.
Beer number 1 is
Bike Dog.
Bike Dog Defenders of the Haze.
Okay, so Bike Dog. Let's talk about Bike Dog.
It's the one we couldn't remember.
It is the one I couldn't remember.
You couldn't remember Bike Dog.
So Bike Dog. Bike Dog is located in Sacramento. They have 2 facilities. They have one facility. There's a tap room located next door to Ella's Market Cafe, kind of in not quite downtown, but near the downtown area. And then they have their original tap room, which is also where they make their beer, which is legit, just like a straight warehouse, like kind of small. They're very dog friendly, as you could guess by the name Bike Dog. They are the first place that ever had Nash and Proper.
Oh, okay.
So that's worth mentioning.
By the way, shout out to Nash and Proper.
Yeah,
we make drives up to Sacramento just for your food.
They are the first place to have that. It's a cute little facility. They got some outdoor seating in the back. They got a nice little indoor space. It's not particularly big. There's not a ton of space. But it was one of the originals. It's kind of an older Sacramento brewery, actually. And if you want to, there are 2 other breweries in the same rough area that are very close for a little brew hop. So we hit it a couple weeks ago when we were doing our Black is Beautiful trip.
Yep.
We hit
Unfortunately, it was the day we found out they were closed and we couldn't actually
drink there. But luckily we found more places to drink because
we did.
That's pretty much what we do.
That's what we do. It is what we do.
So beer number 1 is Bike Dog.
So,
that was number 1 for you. That was my favorite beer of the day.
It was as it turns out, my second favorite beer of the day. And just so
tell us about it.
It says Citra, Mosaic, and Amarillo hops. Leaves a little love bites on your palate. Tropical elements of passion fruit and candied mango. And I'm guessing that's what I'm not liking about it. Mango I like, but it's very distinctive. But when you candy it,
candied mango. I gotta taste this again. I gotta taste it again.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay. Let's pour. All right, so we get some candied mango out of this. We're going 2 levels for you guys today.
That's right.
We're gonna move your water towards the back so we can.
Oh yeah, showed off. That's right.
That's actually probably a good spot to put it. Oh,
It's a perfect spot.
So passion fruit and candied mango.
I'm getting the mango. I totally get the mango as the aftertaste.
No, that is the flavor.
Right?
It totally is the flavor.
Totally mango.
That makes sense. I gave us a 17 on aftertaste. The aftertaste, I really liked the aftertaste in the first place.
I didn't like the aftertaste, and I'm still not. But it also might be that it's a little warmer now too. But
This is a fine beer. Plus, it's got pretty decent art.
and the artwork is great.
I mean, it's a dog.
And I will say that the Pride glass that you bought for me,
canned under a month ago.
they're very nice artwork. They do some good stuff. It was.
Yeah, canned July 7th.
Oh wow. So that's
I'm just gonna finish this before we go number 2.
okay. I'll finish my 2. We gotta sip that thing.
Right.
Beer number 2.
And those of you worried about my figure, I ran 3 miles yesterday, biked 22 miles yesterday, and ran 6 miles this morning. I know that's a big concern for everyone.
I did not run today, I admit it, but I did bike 14 yesterday. Beer number 2, Revision.
Brutal.
Smashing Sandcastles. And from what I'm told,
How do we kill Revision?
this is a very popular beer.
How do we kill it?
I don't know.
We killed it.
Destroyed it.
Ugh. Oh, I'm so sorry, people who love Revision. I usually really like Revision.
Okay, so here's why. You are a bigger fan of the hops these guys use. It's all the Aussie hops. Waimea,
Do I just not even like Aussie hops anymore?
Matueka, I don't know how to say that.
Motueka.
And Vic Secret and Galaxy hops.
Yeah, it's a nice
So,
I don't know. I didn't like it apparently. Weird.
no.
Weird. It does.
But again, also great artwork.
It does. Or pour it out. No,
Yeah, no. So we got to pour and see if we get any of these. Because that's the other. I'm really shocked that I didn't like that first beer more because it is all of those are my hops, like
I know,
Citros and Mosaics and.
I was thinking of
That's my
doing a
shit.
tasting if I could find the beers where we just find possibly we find 4 beers that all have the exact same hop profile,
Oh, yeah.
like which is probably going to be easiest with like a Mosaic, Citra, or a Citra Simcoe.
Yep.
It's one of those. The basics like 4 that all say IPA, Mosaic, Citra, IPA, Mosaic. You know.
A lot of them will be named that, like Citra.
Right, Citra hops.
Citra Dream.
We could find 4 that have exactly the same ones. I mean, we could find 4 single hop. Single hop
Yes.
are a lot harder to find now.
They
actually.
are
Really
actually.
hard. But I think it'd be fun to do 4 blind taste testings that all theoretically have the exact
same
same
hops.
profile. I think that might be fun.
Over here.
All right, so let's try this out. Let's talk about
So I'm getting all of those. I'm now getting all of those
the biggest,
kiwi
best,
hops.
smoothest hop monster you never saw. This beer brings the thunder with hops exclusively from down under, intermingling notes of passion fruit, pineapple, lime, and pine.
So I get the pineapple and I get the pine. And my problem is those things are like pineapple on pizza for me. They just don't belong together. Pineapple
I
and
don't
pine.
get the pine.
It's,
No, right at the end. It's
yeah,
right at the end.
it's the aftertaste.
It's right at the end.
You get some of the pine out front and you get the pine at the end, which is why I'm a bigger fan of the Citra hops compared to your Galaxies and stuff, because the citrus give you the citrus notes and the other ones give you more piney. Like I don't like piney IPAs. I'm just not a huge fan of them.
I actually tend to like it.
I used to be.
I think.
I used to be.
I mean, I think it's weird. I think that this is a very, very drinkable beer. I didn't rate it super well, but like, I would not be that upset if I got this with dinner or whatever. Like, it's totally.
I think
fine.
it would actually be better with some food.
It's very
You
drinkable.
know, something like that.
Just in a blind tasting, it's just not really my favorite. It didn't vibe with me. Revision usually makes very good beer.
We normally like there is a lot.
So, Revision is located in Reno, Nevada. I've literally never been there.
To Reno or to Revision?
No, I've been to Reno. My dad used to drop me off at a Circus Arcade when I was like,
Oh
10,
yeah,
bro.
who hasn't done that?
He's like, here's fucking $100. Get some quarters.
Go
I'm
play
gonna
some
go
video
fucking
games.
gamble for 4 hours. And I was like, okay, Dad. So yeah, no, I've been to Reno. But I've never actually been to Revision. When I was in Reno, last time I was in Reno, I wasn't drinking beer a lot. 'Cause I didn't drink a lot of beer until I was like 35-ish probably. I wasn't really drinking beer because most beer honestly sucks, or used to really suck.
That's true. I mean, the explosion of the craft beer industry about 20 years ago, basically.
Should I let the dog in? She looks all...
I will let her in. It could be that your wife got home too.
No, she'd have come out and said hi and then had a cigarette.
That's true. Are you going in, Sierra?
You want to go in, Sierra, or no?
You gotta love dogs, man. You gotta love dogs. And she sits right back there.
Way to be a dick. All right,
Thanks, Sierra.
so I've never been to the Revision. My understanding is Taproom's cute. I've just never actually been to it. One day I'll go. I'm sure that I will go one day. I've just
I'm
never
down
gone.
for a Reno brewery trip. Absolutely.
My problem with the Reno trip. So here's my problem with the Reno trip. I would go. Amber would go. But we can't do a Reno brewery trip. We go to Reno. I got to bring a G gambling. And Amber's got to WG for gambling. Like, we just have to have like a grand to gamble with.
No,
That's just the way it works.
If I'm going, I'm gambling.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll probably have to go to tournaments. We'll probably at least one overnight, which is fine. But it's weird. Look, I love gambling. Those of you who know me know that I literally will gamble on anything.
Pretty much.
But the reality is that I recognize the fact that it's not exactly great usage of the money. So I could spend $1,000 gambling, or I could spend that $1,000 on part of a trip or something.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, in my life, I've been very lucky at gambling. Very lucky at gambling. I won bingo on a cruise. I paid for the whole cruise. And that was about $12K. Then like a month after that, I hit a bad beat jackpot at a casino. That paid like another $5K. Right. I played poker for a living for a little while. Like I do all right. Like lifetime, I'm way up gambling. So I know how to gamble. It's fun. I'm lucky. I will gamble on anything. But at the same time, when I think about going up and just playing blackjack or whatever for like
8 hours.
8 hours. I know that
Which is what I would do.
I know that I'm going to lose. I know that I'm probably going to lose all my money there. I really do. I know that. I know how to count. I do. I just don't care that much. I'll probably end up playing Paiga or something because Paiga is sort of a slogan.
Yeah.
And you run bad and you fuck anyway. So it's sort of weird. That's why I try not to go gambling that much. I'll go play poker. Look, I'm not trying to play poker with these fucking plastic screens around us and shit. No, I'm not doing that.
Same thing with blackjack. But yeah, that's whenever I go to the casinos, it's you'll find me at the blackjack table.
It's going to be post-COVID for sure.
Yes.
We did gamble together once. We gambled together in Santa Rosa.
At the Indian casino there, yep.
So yeah, I've never been to Revision.
That dealer kicked the shit out of us.
Yeah, dealer. Okay. So if you've been to Revision and you want to praise their tap room, please let us know. Because one day we'll go.
We will.
It's just not today. Plus, it's kind of like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, it's about a 4-hour drive. That's one of those.
You're doing all the reviews.
This is where I will say that's one of the ones you want to take the bike. A motorcycle ride to Reno, because you can take a lot of the back roads other than directly over the pass would be great. Just saying that. Oh, not surprised at all. Almanac, which was my favorite beer, and I believe Corey's favorite.
I got a second. No, I give the Bike Dog number 1.
Oh, okay, Almanac. Love that place.
It's a great looking can, though.
And I love. Well, and it's also a Lord of the Rings reference.
Oh, is it?
You can actually see within the label. You can see the glyphs from the Lord of the Rings.
All right, yeah.
I'm a nerd.
I did not know. I've literally never read Lord of the Rings.
Okay, well, so it's technically from The Hobbit. The Moon
I've
Letters.
never read that either.
The Moon Letters are what's on the map that shows Bilbo how to get into the dragon's lair.
Sure.
From the side door of the mountain.
Okay, I believe you.
Did you not watch The Hobbit?
No, actually, I
movie?
didn't watch The Hobbit movie.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, Lord of the Rings movies.
My understanding is The Hobbit movie was really fucking long.
It was slow. First of all, it was 3 movies.
Like extremely long and
incredibly
incredibly boring.
It shouldn't have been 3 movies. It was.
There was 3 Hobbit movies.
3 Hobbit movies. Yes, 1 book, 3 movies. I was very disappointed with what they did with The Hobbit. I loved what they did with Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings was great. I love Lord of the Rings.
Was great. Oh wow!
Tell us about the beer. Tell us about the beer.
Hold on. It says whatever our moon letters, which is the line from the book. Stand by the beer fridge when the thrush knocks, and the last light of the summer's setting sun will shine upon a glimmering 4-pack. Love that. That's literally just ripping off Tolkien right there. Open a can to prepare to enter a hazy new world inhabited by intense tropical flavors, exotic moutier, and sultana hops. Never heard of either of those.
I've never heard of either of those.
From a fellowship worthy of song and celebration. Enjoy in mountain layers with elves, dwarves, dragons, and grand adventures. I love that. Kudos, Almanac.
I like it. So I'm expecting tropical flavors there.
That's what it says. Yes, it says.
This might be a good new way to do it, where we read the
tropical
can,
flavors and aromas. I like this.
I like how we taste it again as we get there.
And this is actually a double dry hop, or what they refer to as DDH. If you ever see DDH on a can, that's what it means, double dry hop.
I mean, I'm getting some tropical flavors on it. I really am.
But not a lot.
I'll give it a 9.
Not a lot.
I think my rating on it's fair. I think 81 is a pretty reasonable score for it.
I gave it a 79. It is my favorite beer of the day.
I thought you were going to like today's beers. I picked out 4 hazies.
I know. I thought I can't believe how much we killed. I killed with a Bike Dog beer.
Wait till we kill this CaliCraft.
And then so we know that number 4 is CaliCraft because.
No, this is good. This is a good beer. This is a good drink. Almanac. Look, we went to Almanac a couple weeks ago. Oh, Almanac. We always talk about beers. We talked about them like the last 3 weeks in a row to buy my new bike, and we rolled to Almanac, and they were just like, "Sorry, we're not serving beer." But, so you can get some cans. And they had
because the governor had just reclosed facilities.
And they had a goddamn pyramid full of their 4-packs.
They did. You walk up,
legitimately a pyramid.
Which, by the way, okay. So first of all, the facility is great.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's
really nice.
It's huge. It's on the island. It's right as you enter the base.
It's next door to Admiral Maltings too, which has
Correct.
a really nice tap selection actually, because their tap selection is based on anyone who uses Admiral Maltings, which
Right.
is a lot of.
There's a lot of people. They've got the staff that is there is always super friendly and
They're
helpful. They've always got these two really friendly dogs that are there. But I love the place. But you walk up and there's a table, and like you said, it was a pyramid of beers. And being who Corey is, he just went, yeah.
Yeah, it was our first stop of the day. So that
He's
helps.
I'll take all of those except that one and that one.
It was stop one. We didn't know where we were going to go the rest of the day because
Because our day just got destroyed.
Our plan was to hop Alameda Brewery, and that was fucked. So we were just like, well, what are we going to do now? So yeah, I was like, I'll just take one of everything except the Pilsner and the Kolsch.
Right.
And then we also turned down. Then they had a second pyramid that had a bunch of sours, and we took one of their sours, one of their kettle sours. We opted out of the other sours because we already actually had a couple of barrel. They had the Barrel Aged Supernova, which you already had. Yeah, so we walked out of there with like 7 4-packs or something.
Yes.
So we've been drinking Almanac lately.
We do like the Almanac.
No, it's good though. It's good. So that's the Almanac story. All right, beer number 4 is going to be a CaliCraft beer, but Shane is going to unveil. I'm disappointed here, honestly, because the last random hazy I got from CaliCraft I really liked.
Saturn's Ring.
Yeah.
And I remember having this, I thought, when we went to, didn't they have the tap house in Santa Cruz? Was that not CaliCraft?
Tap house in Santa Cruz. We didn't go to Santa Cruz.
Not Santa Cruz. Monterey. Wherever we went.
The tap house in
we
Monterey?
went to.
We went to Alvarado's. That was Alvarado's tap house.
The one with the giant trailer that literally had nothing but all outdoor seating. The big rig trailer cut out and the taps inside. When we went to
That's field work.
It was field work. Okay.
Yeah, that's field work. That's field work.
Okay.
Yeah, that's field work. It's Monterey. Yeah, it's Monterey field work. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Definitely not. No, this is CaliCraft in Walnut Creek. It's a cute facility. They make some interesting beers. Their last hazy I got I really liked, so I figured I'd pick up a couple of these. I'm not a huge fan. You've probably had it because you had it in your house, which means you drink it. So I think I gave you
I've had
them.
this, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I really want to like.
Oh,
CaliCraft,
you know what?
but,
I think I know part of why we don't like this. So
It's
what
trash. I
the
know
can
that.
says, yeah. Let's see if it has no date on the bottom of it. What it says is Saturn's Rings is our planetary ode to some out of this world hops, juicy, smooth, and crushable. Is like drinking a glass of hop infused space dust.
That's a weird use.
Oats.
That's weird to use space dust. That's the word though.
I know.
Like because space dust is like.
Space dust is an IPA. That's why I kind of paused there.
Yeah.
Oats add a rich body, which I think is where we're at.
The oats probably.
I don't think we're liking the oats.
Yeah, we killed this.
While fermentation with our expressive yeast strain creates layers of peachy, which you did say.
Yeah, I did say peach. I definitely called
Peachy
peach.
tropical fruits. A taste of planetary travel on a beer budget. Elon, eat your heart out. That's what it says. And it says, drink up on your personal spaceship and pair with day drinking and SpaceX live streams.
We are day drinking.
We are day drinking, so we've at least paired it with that.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I wouldn't spit the beer. Like it's not a dumper.
No.
It's not a dumper.
I mean, clearly, because we're finishing the can. I will say this, and I like the CaliCraft facility
Yeah.
in Walnut Creek.
I don't know how they do their names though. It's confusing.
I've never really had any of their beers that I was like, oh, okay, we got to go to CaliCraft and pick that up. There's a can release for that.
I picked up one of their hazies one time. I went one time randomly, and they had a hazy, and I got a crown of it. I just really, really liked it. I thought it was super good. But that's like the one time I super loved the beer. That like, truth is, like, I think the beer at Mike Hess, like around the corner, is probably better on average.
I would agree, and actually,
But I don't think the CaliCraft beer is bad.
no, and that's it. It's good beer. It's certainly drinkable. And again, the facility in Walnut Creek, which is in Shadelands Business Park, gigantic facility. The last time we were there before Corona, they had like a auction going on in the back, a raffle thing going on. They had seating out front. They had a grilled cheese food truck in the parking lot. I mean, they've got a lot of space, and it's a great place. And the staff is all really nice, and they've got a pretty varied selection because they'll do some sparklings and brutes, right? So, I mean, they've got a great selection, but it's just,
I think their flagship IPA of the city. I think
The
it's
City.
a pretty good like flagship IPA, honestly.
Well, the last time we were there was when they had the sale. If you remember that?
we bought
When you bought a case for, was it $14 or something? $1 for a bottle of beer. Yeah, that's a good beer. That was a good beer.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this beer. Like the peach stuff that comes through, I feel like it's too fragrant. The beer's like we praised the smell on it initially. When you drink it, the smell almost comes through as an aftertaste. I think.
I think the thing, the other thing we do a lot in the shelter in place stuff is I've watched a lot of cooking shows, and sometimes you'll see like in the cooking competitions where they're like, okay, you know what, you just added too many flavors. At some point, you just went too far beyond, and I think that's what this beer suffers from. It's like, no, it's got way too many things competing with each other. Then they just kind of interfere, and you get this jumbled mess of flavors. So that's kind of what I'm getting from it. It's just it wants to be too many things to too many people.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, so that's basically for our tasting idea today. If there are any questions, let us know.
No questions.
I will let you know a couple of future plans. Here's kind of our ideas. Let us know what you think about these ideas.
And if you have any ideas of your own.
Any ideas of your own. So we're thinking, a couple of things we're thinking. We're thinking one of these weeks we will buy 4 beers and we will buy two cans of each beer. We will do we'll do we'll do a tasting where it's not blind and we know which beer is which, and we'll rate them. And then we will do the same beers 2 weeks later, but blind, and see how our ratings stacked up when we knew which beers they were versus when we didn't know what beers they were. That was Shane's idea. I think it's pretty good. I think probably a 2 week delay is probably great for that.
Right, because you might
want to forget.
You'll have that time and gap in between and get a chance to, like you say, oh yeah, I can remember this flavor from last time, and I know that's the whatever beer. I agree with that.
And then obviously we're going to do barrel aged pretty soon. I think, like I said, I've got 2 burning barrels, a barrel house, which is probably actually the barrel house one's probably 2 years old. A 2017 Goose Island, and an Anderson County salted caramel bourbon stout too.
Anderson Valley.
Yeah. So we've got some options there on the barrel age. We thought about doing that today, but since our wives abandoned us, we thought maybe we shouldn't just drink a bunch of 22s of 12.5% beer by ourselves. And we'll end up drinking them by ourselves anyway, but then the wives will help guide us in the house.
They'll eventually get us. They'll eventually get here to get me home. Is really what it comes down to.
We'll be real.
And we don't. I don't think we need Callie to babysit us. I don't think that's she's really looking forward to that gig. So.
So those are our 2 initial ideas. Obviously, we've got the standard. We'll just pick up some beers.
Plus, we do know Chicago is coming.
Yeah, we do know Chicago is coming.
So that would be really good if we do blind wheat or non-blind Chicago blind.
I think the other thing we really need to do probably is a tasting of some stuff we haven't done. We've done a lot of IPA tasting. We've done several stouts. I think maybe we should do a tasting of Hefeweizens if we can find 4 different Hefs. I think that would be real nice.
We should actually. This is the perfect time of year to try to find a Hef because it's so hot.
And I would love to do one of black lagers, just because I enjoy a black lager a lot. But we have to find them. I know we can get. I know there's a couple because we can get Kaleidoscope for sure. We actually have a Kaleidoscope. But we can pick that up from Devil's Canyon. Right. And then Death and Taxes is accessible. We just got to find 2 more accessible black lagers.
I think, and they call it a black ale, but I think it is a black lager, which is 1554, which is from New Belgium. And it's actually a really, really good
That's
black ale, black lager, whatever you want to call
it. We get that in a store, I think. Probably.
Yeah. We should be able to get that in a store. And nothing else, we should be able to get it in Total Wine.
I think probably like maybe a black lager tasting
would be fun. I agree.
It's different.
Well, and we do need to do a kettle sour one. We just have.
We should do a kettle sour one. The problem with the kettle sour one is that I tend to want to drink the kettle sours when we get them. And it's very difficult to pick up 4 new kettle sours on a weekend.
That's true.
For a couple reasons. Number one, we basically never send you home with the kettle sours.
Nope.
Because you just never drink them. So if we buy kettle sours, like it ends up being a 4-pack for us.
But we could bring it. We could put it in my house because I won't drink them all.
Yeah, I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying it's easy to do IPAs, right? So we'll buy a bunch of 4-packs of IPAs.
Yeah. Well, and you can find them everywhere. I mean, that's the reality of the situation is we do IPA testing. So
we can IPA test like all fucking day, right? It's really not a problem. We have a million IPAs. We got a million styles of IPA. We got doubles. We got singles. We got triples. We got West Coast. We got whatever. But black lagers would be fun. Hefeweizen's would be fun.
I agree.
We could do regular lagers or blondes, but honestly, I'm not enthused by doing a taste test of blondes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get. But what you've just pointed out, if we do the non-blind Chicago blind black lagers and Hefeweizens,
We're
already-
barrel aged milk.
We're
Yeah,
into
it's barrel aged.
middle of September,
Right, which will still be fucking quarantined anyway.
probably.
Honestly, we'll probably continue this past quarantine anyway because it gives us a reason to hang out on Sundays. Typically, our wives are here, and we'll play cards
Play
afterwards.
some cards, some board
So,
games.
It's fun. It's
But yeah,
we should
so
probably wrap it up. So if you have any ideas, any
no
questions,
questions.
anything you guys want to suggest we try, any particular beers you would like to see us taste or
Oh, yeah.
blind taste test, that's accessible, we're willing to find that beer if we can.
Pretty much.
We can blind taste test that. We did with plenty. We're going to do Bourbon County.
Yep.
There are certainly other flagship beers. Certainly, I think if we do a blind taste testing, I believe that we'll end up with an 805 in there.
We'd have to.
It's a flagship
Yeah,
blonde.
we'd have to. Plus, it's just like
and
a
it's
plank.
fun. It's a fun fucking beer.
It's a good
honestly.
beer. Yeah.
So we'll end up with some stuff like that. I think probably. So
That makes sense. Well,
thank you all.
happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day or whenever day you're watching this.
Welcome to August, everyone.
Welcome to August. I thought it was March total. I've lost track.
Yeah, welcome to August, month 5-ish of quarantine.
Yeah.
We started in March.
Yeah, April, May, June, July, August.
So remember, wear your fucking masks.
Wear a mask.
Stop going to fucking family reunions and hanging around without any masks. Turns out that's how people die.
Or
Alright.
weddings.
People are having weddings. I'm surprised venues even book them right now, frankly.
No, people do. Someone, they had 100 people at a secret wedding, and 20 people got sick.
I mean,
Wear a mask. Avoid large gatherings.
I feel real shitty if I try to book my wedding during and COVID happened. That'd suck.
No, it would.
So
We've
bad.
got, a good friend of ours who just got engaged, and I don't know if it was the plan, but they're not going to get married for another year. I don't blame them, because, I guess, the whole eloping thing and getting married at City Hall and whatever, it is just, but to me, the wedding is
3 years.
the wedding is an event. It's to share.
The wedding's for your friends, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Frankly, the wedding is less for the bride and the groom, and more for the family and the friends to all share in the moment with everyone.
It's way less for the groom. Let's fucking be honest.
I won't say that. I'll say that. That's
Fucking
true.
true. It's fucking true. The weddings are for fucking brides and your friends and your family. It's a reason to throw a party. And I respect the reason to throw a party.
Hey, mine was a great party, and every one of my friends will tell you who attended our wedding, ours was the best. Mostly because we were still young, nobody had any kids, no babies running around, so everybody was in their mid-20s.
Yeah, we were 26. I was 26. She was 24.
Yeah, so I was 24, 25. Denise was 24.
We had a great time at ours.
Yeah, so it was just a
Bar
party.
was open. It wasn't supposed to be initially, and then it was because the father of the bride, stepfather of the bride, because
Yeah.
who's a great guy, was just like, nah, fuck it, just keep going.
Our bar was open. I was like,
Well, how many did you have though? How many people were at your house?
125.
Oh, you had 125 at a full open bar? Who was paying you? Were you like a
Well,
waiter?
we didn't do booze. We had beer and wine.
Oh,
But it was all the beer and wine you could drink.
I was like, were you like a waiter? Like,
No,
oh,
we had,
fucking,
we had a couple of
Jesus
others. No,
Christ.
it was just beer and wine. But we did all the beer and wine you could drink. We bought a couple of kegs, had some cases of wine.
Okay. We had a full bar at
Yeah, we didn't have a full bar.
this is probably gonna get cut from the YouTube, but
Yeah.
we had a full bar out at our spot in Monterey.
Our spot is no longer a
Not
place.
Monterey, I'm sorry, Pacifica. It's in Pacifica.
The place we got married is now Quarry Lane School.
Quarry?
Quarry Lane over on Tasahara.
Uh,
I was sad when they changed it because I thought that'd be a really fun 30th anniversary is to go renew your vows at the same place you got married. I'm not gonna get married at a preschool.
So we got new blisters.
Well, because you're married.
Yeah, fair. Running is stupid.
Running is stupid.
All
All right,
So yeah, I think weddings are fun.
weddings are fun.
All right,
Okay,
we're gonna sign off.
Thank
So,
you.
everyone, have a good night. Thanks for joining us. I thought the beer was pretty good. I think
I was really just